Daniela Ruiz, and today I'm gonna explain you how to properly execute a deadlift. Today my teammate Jenna is gonna help us out. She's actually pretty strong in her deadlift. Her 1 rep max is 250. 250. That's great. So today should be smooth. We previously assessed her hip mobility in the squat video, and we noticed that she's not very flexible. She's a little bit tight on her hips, which we're gonna work on. We saw that affected the squat, but hopefully for the deadlift we will see if maybe the impact is not as big. Hopefully not. I don't think it is, because I've seen her doing a deadlift before, and I think her technique is pretty good, and like I said, she's really strong. So since we already did the hip assessments, we're just gonna jump into the warm-ups for the deadlift. So the first one that we're gonna do is easy. We're gonna do a goblet squat. So she's just gonna have this weight in front of her, and she's just gonna squat. This, squat lower, there you go. Okay, just keep going. So with this exercise, we're firing up all her glutes, her hamstrings, her quads, and we're kind of like waking them up so we can activate them for the deadlift. The deadlift is a lift that comes from your posterior chain. A lot of people lift the weight with their back, which is completely wrong. Your back does get engaged in the lift, but the main muscles that are doing the pull are your posterior chain, so your back and your legs. So we can do this. You're good, thank you. We can do this for 20 times, or we can do 2 sets of 10. Nothing too crazy, just to wake them up. The second exercise is gonna be a split squat. So let me move this. So you're gonna go to a split squat using a bench. So with this one, we're not only gonna work in activating the muscles and firing them up, we're gonna also activate them so they can start helping us stabilizing. So it's gonna be also an exercise that's gonna help us to with stabilization. So it's gonna go down, and right there, you can keep going down. Right there, we're gonna notice that she also has to work not only in the push, but also in keeping herself in balance. So that's really helpful. So just go down again, and then up. Go, that, and up. There you go. She's doing a good job of keeping her knee like straight without like any moving or floppiness there. So that's good. That's how we engage our entire like glutes. So if you switch legs. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Maybe if you want to take maybe a little step forward a little bit more, just widen them. Yep. Go down and go straight up. Go down, straight up. There you go. Down, straight up. So we see that she has, good job, thank you. So we see that she has good balance there, and that exercise is gonna fire up her butt. I'm sure she will be feeling it after the 10th rep or 8th rep. So that's good, because we're waking up the muscles, and we're also telling them or signaling them to help us stabilize ourselves. So those are just like quick exercises that we can do to warm her up. Since we already are warm from our squat exercises for performing the squat, we're just gonna go ahead and jump into the proper setup and execution for the deadlift. So let's do it. So we're ready to go into the proper setup and execution, but before that, well, while we were getting this set up, Jenna like expressed her concern because she still feels a little bit tight on her hips. So just before we just go into the execution, we're gonna do one more exercise that hopefully will make her feel a little bit more loose on her hips, so she's not maxing out, but she wants to perform the exercise correctly. So just get in front of her, and we're just gonna do something simple. Just go on your knees, and then just put one up to the side. There you go, and then just gonna rock to one side. So here we're not looking for a stretch, we're just looking to activate your butt. Because when you are rocking that side, your butt kind of has to let your body know to, hey, stop, we're not gonna go any farther. So that's how you activate. So you rock, then you get your glute to bring it back. There you go. So you can do that. It's not an exercise, like I said, that it helps like to stretch a lot, or it's gonna be like super hard, but it does help to like open up the hips and to get you a little bit warmer. So I'm gonna do the other side. so I'm gonna let her do this for 25 reps on each side, and then we're gonna go ahead and start the setup and the execution. Okay, so the first important thing to keep in mind when setting up for the deadlift is same as the squat. The bar should always be over midfoot. So while you're like getting ready for the lift and throughout the entire lift, the bar it's always over her midfoot. As far as it comes to the stance, she can stand just kind of like the squat stance would work too, or you can use a reference as if, let's say, you wanted to take a vertical jump, how you would set up for that. So that'll be probably the ideal width for your feet. Your arms, you want them to be as close as you can as your body and outside of your legs. So let's see how that looks. Use it first. So bar over midfoot. Yeah, that's there. And just to, a lot of people, you can get up, I'm sorry. A lot of people struggle during the deadlift because they don't know how high up or down low their hips need to be. And a good way of telling how high or down your hips need to go is by keeping in mind that your shoulders need to be in front of the bar. And what needs to be aligned with the bar is the scapula. So when you just go down in the setup, just go down, your shoulders need to be like in front of the bar, yep, and your scapula right here is what it needs to be aligned with the bar. So that kind of tells you how like far your hips are gonna hinge or not. You definitely don't want to go like too low, and you definitely don't want to be too high. Because like I said, this is a lift. It's not a lift that is performed as a squat. It's not a squat pull, and it's not going to be a lift that is going to be lifted with your back either. So just keeping that cue in mind is going to help you out to see how far down or up your hips are going to go. Once you're in the proper position and you have the grip, you're going to want to tension the bar. To tension the bar, she will have to engage her lats, just like with the squat. So once she's down, she's gonna go down. She's gonna go down, get hold of the bar, and she's gonna tension her lats a little bit, and just pull the bar just slightly until you hear a click. Okay, just go down. Let me demonstrate that for you. So we're gonna pay attention to the click of the bar. Come here, and then that's how we engage. So what you want to think about is, like I said, using your pinkies maybe to like bend the bar and also rotate your arm inside. That kind of gives you a cue. So if I'm here, look how this part of my arm rotates as I engage. So I go, see, it kind of like goes in. So you want to do this, to engage your lats and keep a flat spine that kind of is going to engage and kind of like stabilize your spine. So your core is going to be tight. It's going to do that, and also, it's going to help you with the lift. Because a lot of times when people lift, like here, they get stuck on the first click, and then the momentum kind of like brings them forward. So you want to be ready to fully perform, go up. Also, when you grab onto the bar, think of having the bar at the lower part of your palm, so it doesn't slide while you're doing the lift. So if you want to try that again, bar over midfoot, yep. Shoulders ahead of the bar, line with the scapula, and then the click. I don't know if you heard it, but that was the click. And look how she's engaging. Do tension, see that it went out. So that's how we know she's engaging those lats and she's ready to actually lift. When it comes to now, that's the correct setup. Now for the execution. The most important thing that she wants to keep in mind at all times is to keep the bar as close as she can to her body. So she's pretty much wants to touch her chins almost, and when she's like right in the knee, like right in the knee section, she's gonna start like going straight to her hips. So just keep that in mind, keeping the bar as close as you can to your body, and don't think about like maybe locking your knees at the end, because you're not. But you definitely want to make sure that your knees are not all the way like already completely unlocked by the time you're not here. Like, because a lot of people unlock the knees here and they're already like they're halfway through the lift, and we don't want that. Okay, so I'm gonna let you perform the first lift, and based on what I see, I'm gonna correct you and see if we can make some improvements so she can maybe get a better form. So just keep in mind what I said. So go there, shoulders over bar, along with each other, click, engage, pull. Good, down. That was pretty good. So we can see that she kept the bar all the way like really close to her body. She engaged those lats. Her back was completely flat, so you can go again if you want. Bar over midfoot. Maybe here she's, yeah, there you go. She pulled it in. And that's perfect. That's beautiful, Dana. Her back was completely flat. We didn't see any hunching in the lower or upper back. So that means that she was fully engaging her lats. She kept the bar close to her. And I could hear, I don't know if you could hear, but she was having a great bracing and breathing technique. So as with the other lifts, she inhales, like she breathes in and braces and then performs the lift, and then she exhales by the end of the lift. So overall, that's great. And that's pretty much what you need to keep in mind when performing a deadlift. So thank you, Jenna.